this frequency.
Is that your frequency, Josh?
Go high pitched.
That is my frequency.
We also use our real names in this show.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that type of commitment.
Not ready for that?
No, I'm fine with it.
It's my way of saying I'm never getting elected.
That's just it. Like, dude, when you get famous...
You drank underage over at that one podcast?
Well, now we gotta cut this out. Jeez, my mom listens to this. Mother... I'm just kidding. I'm 21, guys. This is my birthday podcast.
Birthday podcast.
Hey, you guys shut up.
Sorry.
To do an intro, me and Jake got it, okay? You guys aren't here yet. Nobody knows. This isn't a guest show. This is the podcast. This is a room with a mic. With me, Justin.
Oh, are we going? Oh, and Jake. Yeah.
How professional.
You shut your mouth. This is a room with a mic, episode 3. It's been a long time since...
Too long.
It's been a long time since we've recorded. We're actually in a different room, and we're using a different mic. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
But
this is the last time we have guest stars.
Speaking of guest stars, who we got today? Can you guys introduce yourselves?
I guess. I'm Leedle.
Can you stop talking during my show? I mean, our show.
Do you want to stop interrupting my introduction, or are you just going to keep covering up like you own the show?
He does. He does own
like
the
you
show.
do all the editing and like you put all the work into it. Oh, wait.
Yep, he does that.
Hi, I'm Leedle. I'm also known as Josh, if you... What? Also known as?
I love the idea of also known as. Like, I was born to the game life first.
I am Leedle.
I am Leedle. It's my spirit. It's my life force.
It's like an Aragon when you're looking for your true name. Your true name is Leedle. When I say Leedle, I control you. I can summon you. I can tell you to go places.
Whoa, where am I going?
Give me a beer.
Okay, you want that crappy shiner that's in there?
Oh, no!
S'mores flavored shiners. That's
Go
what I
on with the
celebrated.
introduction.
That was my birthday drink. But speaking of birthday drinks,
choice.
This guy officially turned 22.
nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Following suit, I'm Wiz, also known as Charles.
Charles, my man. What are you drinking today?
I don't know.
He's so over the top. We're sorry, Mom, Dad. Nobody listened to this yet, actually.
Dude,
Wasn't
Zesty
it
Lemon
lemon?
listens to this, and that's all that matters.
Zesty Lemon. I have to send a shout out to the
goodness.
Zest Master.
Thank you. Oh, man.
The
Means a lot.
Zeister.
The Zeister.
The Zeister. He's been one of my oldest and longest time supporters of the channel. I mean, not trying to get way into it, but the dude... What? I don't know. I shouldn't assume. It's literally based off the name. I've seen this person's... If you're listening, I've seen your YouTube profile. Like, the name changed several times. At least twice. And so based on one of the changes...
Kevin...
If I may...
He might not want this to be public.
See, I don't know.
Or she, I guess. I don't know.
Or she, exactly. But just thank you for being there. And in case you're looking for more podcast episodes, here's one right now. And actually, since we're on the topic of podcast episodes...
Is that your weekly ASMR?
Shh. Do you think that sounded like a paintbrush? Did that sound close enough to a paintbrush?
I think so.
I thought that was a paintbrush.
It is a paintbrush. It's a different kind. I'm not sure. Our cousin, one of our cousins, I think we called her Alyssa last time. We gave her a shout out, talked about painting and how she's very good at it. And we said, just for her, next episode we're gonna slap a dry paintbrush around in the microphone. And so there you go, Alyssa. I hope you enjoyed that, because I enjoyed doing it.
I completely forgot we said that.
I know, it's probably because the second episode hasn't come out as we're talking now.
Yeah, neither is my superstar show with Liquid Pleasure over there.
Oh, you're talking about the Lickin Leedle show? This is not that show. This is my show. This is our show. This is not your show anymore, okay? You need to shut up. What do? We're trying to... Me and Zarek, me and Jake. Oh my god, you're brainwashing me. We have this plan to meet up in College Town, record a pleasant evening of talking in front of a microphone, and what happens? You two just decide to roll into town unexpectedly. What? You think this is Dismiss or something? Then you just show up?
You drove me all the way from Nebraska to get here.
College Town?
College Town.
College Town?
I don't know. We never dropped the town yet.
I'm pretty sure they know where we live.
I mean,
if they're faithful followers, they do know where we live.
They
But
stalk
that is buried information
I was gonna say because all our faithful followers are our relatives and friends, and they know
Click on the
exactly
upper left
who we
corner of the video to. Oh, that's right.
are.
Okay.
It's not going to be there.
I
He
just
doesn't
saw
edit.
a tweet from Reggie Fils-Aimé,
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
the prior Nintendo of America president.
Oh.
What's he tweeting?
He says Beast Mode returns to the Seahawks.
Yes! He did!
Apparently
He scored a
he's a
touchdown.
Seahawks fan.
He did. 1 touchdown?
Yeah, 1 touchdown, but it was 12 rushes for 34 yards, so take that as you will.
You know what? He was on my
12
fantasy.
rushes, 34 yards.
I believed in the Beast. I put him on my fantasy team just for the playoffs this week, and I think he came through. I mean, 34 yards, that's below average.
Bad.
1 touchdown's about average, so,
That's less than 3 yards a carry.
yes. But
if
he's
I
also,
may-
he came out of retirement. He wasn't expecting this. No one was expecting
I'm
this.
just going to say this.
In his defense, I would probably do worse.
It's awkward talking about football on a podcast, especially when you're not going to have it out for another couple weeks. I think we
Hey.
messed this up on our Lickin and Leedle show, just trying to give a
That's
professional
true.
touch.
I just couldn't not mention
No, I thank you
No,
for
that
that was
Reggie
a tweet.
Fils-Aimé
I like the tweet.
posted
Reggie.
about football.
Reggie posting football. Oh my word.
2.8.
2.8 yards? You did the math.
Do you think Madden's going to be on the Switch now?
Madden on the Switch?
Last time
doubt
Madden
it.
was on like the Wii, it was awful.
Was it on the Wii U even?
I don't know about the Wii U.
You know, I think Nintendo has like a lot of potential with the Switch, putting some Madden up on there, but they don't do it right, it's gonna tank.
I mean, okay, thinking of handheld sports games, in the first place, I don't think any sports game should be handheld, but they've had Mario Golf for the Game Boy, for the DS. They haven't continued it on the Wii. The Wii made so much sense. He
did.
could have swung the dang
Bothers
golf
me.
club, and they put it on the DS where you're just pressing buttons on a small device.
Didn't you flick the ball with the
Maybe.
stylus?
I don't know.
Probably.
Because that's about as much motion as there is in golf. They don't want you doing the full body thing, 'cause that's not realistic.
You just flick the golf ball. That's all I
Hey,
play.
let's be fair. When we play on the Wii, we also just kind of flick our wrists, and the
Yeah.
golf ball just goes. So.
Hashtag 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Oh, good times.
Or bowling, where if you throw it behind you, it'll.
Whoa!
Ah! Can we get a clip of that in there?
Whoa!
Way past cool.
You can like pause the audio. Why are you worried about us talking over your
I'm
silence?
not worried. Don't worry about it. I'm not just thinking about the hours of editing I'm going to spend the next few weeks trying to get these things to sound good and professional. And
Just do what Lonely Man Farms does and forget to ever upload it, and then lose the footage.
oh, you lost it too?
It's in one of my boxes from the movies.
Okay,
I was
okay.
gonna say, we put some hard hours into the. Well,
We did,
hour.
well, he
There's
played-
a penis.
There's always a penis in that Disney magic.
I know your inner demons just really like to. It's something you need to work through. You and Mr. Freud need to have a little talk.
We don't need to talk about my inner demons over here. I haven't been drinking enough for that.
That's true. By the way, I am drinking a fine glass of Jaeger. What do you like?
What? Fine glass of
what?
licorice piss.
I really wish he was joking, but he's drinking
Are you kidding
Jaeger
me?
straight.
Jaeger's delicious. Okay, I'm one of those people, when you buy licorice, everyone likes the red licorice. Cherry, strawberry, watermelon.
Don't
what
say you
have
like black licorice.
Keep
Black
going.
licorice, especially Wiley Wallaby brand, Australian style licorice. Get the all sorts and get the black jelly beans, and they're so freaking
I
delicious.
just vomited in my mouth.
You know, to each their own. Some people like black licorice, and some people like world peace.
I prefer to do both.
I don't mind licorice as a flavor, or like as a scent even. Like I don't
It's
know. I don't go
English,
out of my way for it, but I can see the appeal. But I just don't think drinking it would be my way. That's just too much at once. I don't know.
Have you ever thrown licorice in the microwave for approximately 25 minutes?
Have
And
you?
then-
Go on.
No, please continue.
Sorry, this reminds me of our conversation earlier. Me and Jake were talking about if you have. We'll use the example of licorice. If licorice, you have it in the microwave for like 50 minutes and it melts into like a lava-like substance, and you touch that with your finger, is your finger now wet?
Ignore the burn.
Is that considered wet?
Is lava wet?
Is lava wet?
Okay, I don't think we're gonna take the assumption that ignoring the whole is water wet conversation. The water's wet. You're all wrong. But now that water's wet, is lava wet?
I'm just trying to think, like, other substances, like oil and stuff. Like, if an oil gets on your finger, do you think your finger's wet? Or is that just, like...
I just think
is wetness
oily.
just a coating of, like, a substance? And, like, I think lava can do the same thing as oil. But
I mean, if your finger's even there
Well, I'm
after
just-
that.
like,
But I know what you mean. Like,
lubrication
you can go
back.
You can actually
you know?
touch molten metal for a quick second.
Can you?
Yeah, so your water, your hand basically has microscopic layers of water around it,
But I think
and when you touch it, it'll actually boil it.
the
Sorry,
action of
Don't give our viewers ideas.
the action,
Do not do it. Don't quote us. Don't you do it.
It's a couple
the
videos,
action
though.
of being wet, I think, involves more than just like something being on your finger. Like, I think water has it's a universal solvent. It bonds with almost everything. Just the way it like soaks into your skin and the way it reacts with your skin, I think the interaction makes it more the wet factor.
So
than
if
anything
James
else.
Bond touches lava, is he wet?
I think the real question here is whether or not you consider lava to be primordially liquid or solid.
That's another thing.
Liquid. Oh, first off, is there a real difference between lava and magma besides where it's at?
Magma's inside, lava's outside.
Yeah,
Is that the only difference?
that's the only
I
difference.
think that's the only difference.
Okay. Science side of Twitter, please confirm.
No more science-sided Tumblr, rest in peace.
You're right. Rip.
Where did it go?
Tumblr died when they took off the. Anyways.
But no, that's how I was gonna get big. I was gonna post naked pictures. I mean,
Cat
come
girls.
on.
Science!
Science. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Episode 1. No cat girls. There was no furries, no cat girls.
There's no cat girls.
There's no cat girls, no religion, no politics.
We busted all of them.
But I sincerely think that if assuming your finger's still there after it, I think anything liquid can confer the wet property.
You know what? I think I'll agree. I'm thinking like straight alcohol would definitely make your finger wet first. So, like gasoline and stuff. Like it evaporates off your finger really fast and makes it dry at the end.
Yeah.
But when it's on your finger, that's
It's
wet.
wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kills germs.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like alcohol.
I agree. Yeah, it's wet. It's a liquid. I think lava's a liquid.
Yeah, you'll burn all the germs off your hand.
There you go. So if you have stomach flu, you drink a gallon of lava and you're cured.
You will be cured.
In a sense. I mean,
Death is the ultimate cure for a lot of things.
It's the cure-all.
But it's not the best cure.
Charles knows all about the cure-all of death.
It does have some bad side effects, like not being alive. But
9 out of 10 dentists recommend.
Can we find the 10th dentist, though, and convince him to join the dark side?
he already took the pill.
He's no longer able to change his viewpoint.
He never voted.
So set in his ways. God rest his soul.
Amen.
It was just wrong to confer a
Was
post
religion one of the things I was supposed to talk about?
Hey, don't
We
worry
broke 'em
about it,
all.
buddy. It's fine. It's fine.
Also, I was cursing aloud because I just dropped one.
I mean, you already said
I did.
not a curse word. It was a.
Heinous is not a bad word.
Oh, the joys of editing these videos.
How much do you edit the words?
I think the first episode I probably did 4 or 5 words.
Hmm.
A couple of them, not gonna lie, we planned out. One of them for sure, because it was gonna be our segue into talking about parental advisory.
Oh yeah.
But I've only
we
done.
do warn this is not parentally friendly.
Okay, especially with Kappa right now. None of this has to be parentally friendly. Like this isn't meant for kids. So
It's meant to be.
No, I saw your thumbnail. That's a lot of, bright colors and things. That's like triggers.
Is it a Tide Pod? This video is a Tide Pod of the internet.
Can the thumbnail just be like a black and white filter of a Tide Pod?
Well, it kind of does fit the criteria.
It does.
Well, speaking of cursing in a way,
Oh.
this weather sucks.
Dude!
Oh my god, I didn't think you were gonna bring it up.
Sorry, we ran out of things to talk
The
about.
power's
so
probably
we
gonna go
thought
out
we'd
halfway
just-
through this video, and we're not gonna.
Congratulations, welcome to the small talk portion.
How's the weather up in B-Town?
B-Town, California.
I wish. No, I don't. I want to live in
Yeah, I
California.
don't want to live in
there is
California.
a-
They check you for your fruit.
They checked our fruit. We smuggled fruit into California.
Yeah.
Don't tell Mom.
You
Don't
can't
tell
let
Greg
people know for
either.
another 2 years. That's when the statute of limitations run.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. As long as we don't go back to California, we're fine, right?
Yeah, probably.
They can't.
I don't think
charge
they'll
you that.
extradite us for that.
Smuggling cuties across
Also-
the border.
I have a banana!
Oh my god, keep it
Yeah,
away!
they just extradite you all the way from.
I mean, as long as it
Here.
wasn't plastic straws, we're fine.
We probably had those too.
Natural bamboo is the way to go, boys and girls.
Ooh.
And on the paper straw BS.
Bad stuff. Bad stuff.
Bamboo's quick and easy.
And free.
And still chokes
In a
turtles.
way.
Like putting river water in your socks.
And can still be used as a weapon.
Yeah, you stab people.
With a banana. The hashtag Ross.
What?
Ross's D&D sword.
What?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. So half of us play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, the nerd stuff for those who are uninformed. Which nowadays it's really hard not to know what Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah,
is. At
I
least
think most
It's
people don't
very
know.
high. Like,
it's
not like
super-
high culture, but like
It's
it's a very like
it's
culturable. It's got its own niche. You know, it's like
it's pretty popular. These
it's
days.
spreading now.
Well,
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Well, no things like Stranger Things.
Did they play it in Stranger Things?
Stranger
Yeah, that's
Things.
what it starts.
All of Stranger Things is built around D&D.
Yeah.
They drop references to it. The whole thing kind of tied together. It was set in the 80s, back when D&D was a big deal. When it first came out, Satanic Panic and all that was kind of avoided. But I mean, D&D would probably be huge right now, or completely dead if it wasn't for Satanic Panic. But
Satanic Panic.
Satanic-
Tell me more.
You haven't heard of Satanic
I
Panic?
have not heard of it.
So back, I think it was the 80s. Don't quote me for sure, but I think it was the 80s. When Dungeons and Dragons becoming popular, there's a big uprising about concerning parents and religious sect people who are upset that Dungeons and Dragons, because it discusses aliens and devils and demons, and they were really concerned that it was like summoning of the devil and this type of stuff going on.
Cthulhu shit going on.
Cthulhu, because you drop Balzabar, Mephistopheles, all these demonic names are in there, and people were seriously concerned it was actually summoning demons and stuff, and it had a huge hard time catching a hold because of that. It was about the same time rock music almost got banned.
Yep, Christians against Slipknot.
Yeah, Christians against Slipknot.
That was a little later, but I think that was a whole...
It was the same movement.
There's definitely Slipknot who got a lot of hate. There's a lot of bands back in the day.
Is that actually an organization?
Yes, it was. There were a lot, and they were so bad. They just scream out "You're the devil! You shouldn't be talking."
Wow.
I mean, they're
I don't know.
trying to be the devil, aren't they? That's kind of their whole goal.
I think it was
for their
either a
persona.
Loudwire or a Rock. I think it was a Loudwire video I was watching.
I mean,
so shout out to them on YouTube. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Although they get a lot of their lists are pretty bad.
In the same way that they're talking about D&D like that, I mean, Pokemon had the same stuff, except for not as
Yeah.
much satanic
It
things, but
wasn't
just
as bad, but there were definitely people.
preaching against evolution and stuff.
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
that just seemed like a whole dumb movement for me.
Yeah, I agree. Where were we going with the D&D thing, though? We were talking about it. Why we started talking about it?
I mean, high culture.
I said, we play D&D.
Satanic
Oh, the
Panic?
banana thing. The banana thing.
Oh,
Yeah, bananas.
Oh, yeah. We'll get back to Satanic Panic. But my one buddy, because I DM for them, I run the game.
Silicon Ross.
We had a monk who was, fights with weapons, whatever, and they're in the market square, and he's like, what do you see? I'm like, you see a couple things, a couple fruits, some bananas in season, whatever, this and that. And he's like, can I fight with a banana? No, because a banana is not a weapon.
as good as it is in movies, under the shirt kind of used to hold up banks and convenience stores. In real life, in D&D.
In real life, where he was playing a flying bird,
A flying bird. I've never seen one of those before.
as opposed to a penguin.
Sorry, a what? A penguin?
A penguin.
Penguin?
Penguin.
Sorry, that's Cumberpatch, right?
Benedict Cumberbatch
Sorry,
had to
buddy.
do a documentary on penguins, and he cannot pronounce the word penguin. It was the greatest 5 minutes of my life.
I love the guy to death. He's the voice of Smaug. That's all I know him for. Sherlock Holmes.
I love the
guess.
last name Cumberpatch.
Cumberpatch. Cumberbetches.
Well, that is what they call them. His followers call themselves.
I love how a individual. Well, I mean, I guess it's just weird to me. Singers to me have followers.
I don't know why actors can't.
I guess they could.
They're more about their looks than singers should be.
That's true.
And let's be honest, I would sleep with someone for their face before their voice.
Would you?
Well,
would you? Would you?
Could you?
Oh, is that a joke because he has glasses?
Or-
Really thick glasses?
Or because I can't sleep with anybody.
Oh, no, that's just sad.
Sad puns.
All right. So to recap, why that's funny: A, I'm legally blind. B, I play D&D. So clearly,
You're a sad, broken child.
I'm
aren't
a
you?
sad, broken man child.
How did you get here? You're a lawyer right now. Oh,
I'm in law school, yeah.
you got all A's in law school. What?
I don't like talking about it.
Don't jinx it.
I have 2 grades that are
How much
posted.
dick you have to suck for that one?
Dude,
I'm sorry.
I
I
invite you
also
on the
straight
show, and you just start talking about raunchy humor like that. You
You,
think that's funny? Is
I
that
can-
funny to you?
I asked like
Is that funny
no
to
more
you?
than 10 minutes ago whether it was okay.
What do you mean? What you heard the first 2 episodes? Did we swear that much?
You
Did we
didn't
say
release the
any-
second episode yet.
Did,
You will by the time this is up.
I sure hope so.
Welcome to episode 3. Where was 2?
It was too censored. We had to get rid of it.
Just post the audio clip of just the censored noise.
It's just one content.
Warning, due to COPPA's recent regulations and additions to
What has
YouTube's
Google been
policy.
doing lately? I've been actively ignoring it.
I don't honestly see the damage. Like,
There's not going to be much of a change. It's just a
All I
thing where YouTube can flex this power again, where, oh, we're going to fine you if you don't make children-friendly content.
all you have to do is check a box that says, no, my content's not made
and
for
then you don't
kids.
get ads and you don't get monetized and YouTubers lose money and they can't support themselves. And
Alright, if you're supporting yourself solely with YouTube,
first,
first
you're doing
off,
something very right.
adding
Or
this,
you were extremely
adding
lucky.
that box, you're probably still going to be okay.
That's true.
So there's still outside sponsorships, and there's like Patreon, and I mean, if you have to do like, I'm sure the people, at least high-end people have merch stores. Like the majority of their money probably does not come from YouTube.
Well, no, it's because YouTube's algorithms and like the way they actually pay people is kind of a joke now. We talked about
Yeah.
this earlier. There's better
Yeah.
sites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's where this one's going up, right?
Is that another word YouTube doesn't like on their algorithm?
The hub,
The hub
the central hub,
of prawn.
prawn hub.
like a little fish, the crayfish thing.
Yeah, dude, you boil them up into a nice fancy
Meat pie.
gumbo. Yeah,
And then
prawn
they
pie.
have a guy deliver the gumbo to your house.
Yeah, and
Knock
then
on
like
the door.
you
You don't have the
toss-
$20 to pay him.
You toss the bowl of gumbo on some girl's face, and
Lick it off.
no, dude, that's
I'm sorry.
disgusting.
Whoa, whoa,
What are you
whoa, whoa,
doing?
whoa, whoa, whoa! How good is the gumbo?
How good is the gumbo, Josh?
It was very exquisite gumbo.
I would
And
lick it
I don't
off.
think it was not worth wasting. In fact,
Would
she
lick
encouraged you to lick it off. She knew the value.
Charles?
I kind of zoned out for a bit. Just coming to
He's like,
Would you lick the gumbo off her face?
her face.
Well, yeah, if you're eating gumbo, you're gonna slop it all over your face. It's so dang good and tasty.
It depends.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Would lick or to not to lick? To lick or to not lick? That is the question.
Well, if we're thinking of an overall basis, no.
no, you're not gonna lick the gumbo.
I'd lick the gumbo.
I'd lick the gumbo. Well, do I know this girl?
No,
Is
you're
this girl
delivering gumbo.
interested?
She called the company. She didn't have the money. That's the extent of
And
it.
so I lick her, and that's
Her
her
name's
You
being
Claire.
delivered
to me.
gumbo and you spilt it on her face, and then you start. Okay, okay. I take back.
No,
everything I said.
she encouraged it. She encouraged it.
But how
I'll
do
go
we
for
know?
it.
Did we record like a videotape of her consenting?
She has security cameras.
Okay. Do I have access to the footage
Yes.
after I lick enough gumbo?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, after you lick it, yeah.
Then yeah, I get access to everything.
But the red light's recording. The red light's on, so that means it's not recording, right?
Ooh, yeah, the green light's on, Charles. By the way,
it is recording.
It-
We are recording, right?
yeah, of course.
Can't just ramble on about gumbo and snowstorms and not record it.
Okay,
This is high quality content.
we actually didn't get to the snowstorms. Charles brought this up, and it's actually going to be a great conversation because we're currently in the middle of not a bad snowstorm, but
It's
we got some
supposed to get
snow.
pretty
It's
up
about
there.
8 inches on the ground right now. It's probably gonna snow another 4 tonight.
This will help them narrow down where we live. We were supposed to get 8 to 24 inches of snow this weekend.
This weekend is
And that's
December
not-
29th.
Greenland. We're in Greenland, okay? We're sorry. I'm sorry. I know I've been spouting out my American ignorance, but no, I'm actually from Greenland.
We moved to Greenland for tax purposes.
Super cheap.
It is low budget housing. It's great.
Igloos.
The healthcare is amazing.
They're owned by Denmark, right? We were owned by
We are
Denmark.
owned by Denmark. We are owned by Denmark. All hail the Denmarkians.
Most importantly, they have Greenland is where the seed vault's at.
Yeah.
And cheese danishes.
Mmm.
Now, the question is, why would they put the seed vault in one of the most barren wastelands?
Because it's cold. It's
No
even
seismic
safe.
activity. It's cold. There's very little population or anything to mess with it. Like, it's not gonna contaminate.
Oh!
Yeah, burn!
No!
What?
No!
Plus, there's like almost no pollution too,
Speaking of...
and they paid for it. That helps too.
Like, if it's like kind of a privacy thing for the seed vault, right? There's not going to be people busting in, stealing the genetic codes for the...
Oh, heirloom tomatoes!
What do you think's in the vault?
seeds.
The Coca-Cola formula.
There's gumbo in there, okay?
Oh my gosh, that's where the Coca-Cola formula's
That's where the
at.
Krabby Patty secret formula is.
No, the baked beans!
Ravioli, give me the formula.
Okay. Okay,
Baked beans. You're right. Oh, now I'm sad.
now the dog died.
Not now.
He didn't die, though.
Yeah, Duke
You
died.
have to let him go. He's been gone for like 3 years.
what?
That was
are you
not
talking
3
about?
years.
He's
How many
not
years
done.
was it?
He's alive.
I don't know.
He's in my spirit. I am Big Brother. Brother Bear, I don't remember.
They should make a commercial with his ghost trying to chisel it onto his tombstone.
Oh. The recipe died with me.
That would be amazing if the dog was the only one that knew the recipe.
It's because he ate it. He ate the homework that was preparing the recipe. And he's dealing with the recipe.
I don't think you know how learning
Does
works.
Colonel Sanders live in Greenland?
What?
11 herbs and spices. They're secret, Justin.
I went from 11 herbs and spices to 11,000 seed
And
varieties.
there's so many of those spices are plant derived. There has to be some connection.
I would
Spice isn't plant direct. Salt, okay.
I would
Salt's
like,
okay, herbs and spices. Herbs are all plants. Spices are all usually non-plant, or they're not a leaf or... It's not a leaf or stem of the plant. It's usually a seed or a root for a spice.
Is ginger a spice or an herb?
I think ginger's a spice,
Okay.
technically. I'm not 100% on that.
hey, I would like to think that Harlan Sanders comes from Kentucky. Am I wrong?
I mean, that's land he stole from the
That's where he
Native
came
Americans.
from.
Is he like hiding in Greenland now?
I think
What did you
so.
say?
What?
What did you say?
I said that's land he stole from the Native Americans.
Oh,
I don't know when Colonel Sanders... Was he civil
I don't
war
think
or...
he
I don't know.
himself stole it.
he
Oh my
just
God.
walked up, just started taking handfuls of dirt, putting it in his tunic.
Where's the seasonings?
My spices! Oh boy. Oh, Harlan. Baby Harlan. Oh, that was Fen. Fen got the
Yes,
collage. So the reason that Charles and Josh are here today at the podcast is because it is Dismas weekend in America. In Greenland.
In Greenland.
And
Well, I
Denmark.
mean, the time zone changes in that day.
that's true. I guess. But they're here for Dismas, play some Smash Bros, do a gift exchange. It's a good time.
We should probably explain distance a little bit.
When you get a dunk, you put someone down, you get to take a gift from under the tree, you can put marks on it. If you dunk a person with a gift, you can steal their gift, put marks on it. That's basically it.
It's like a white elephant. It's a white elephant
Yeah.
exchange.
Yeah.
But we don't have a dumb way to do the exchanges.
It's not reading something and saying, and then Santa Claus went to the right. And then his reindeer tried to go left. And so Santa Claus was dragged to the left.
What kind of gift exchange have you done? Usually it's like
Our family used to do the
dice.
night before Christmas, but they insert right or left into the story and
And then you
different
pass
spots.
a gift.
Yeah, it made more sense than what you were saying. It was pretty well put together, but I'm sure it was stolen from online somewhere.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. We do dice or cards or something. We do
I've heard dice, yeah. Anyway, the point is, Fen received a gift that was just a photo collage. Like a picture frame with 6 or 7 images
Yep.
of Harlan Sanders from the Colonel Sanders I Love You dating simulator.
Can you put a link in the description?
I mean, if you
Yeah,
haven't played it yet,
maybe,
you're
yeah.
missing out. So
It's a good time.
Oh, maybe I'll have... I haven't told you guys. I actually recorded our second session of,
I heard that, and I'm
of Harlan
not
Sanders.
sure how I feel because I did not voice as well.
I did.
the second time.
It wasn't great. I'm probably
I was
gonna...
I was
Is that
Harlan
what- was it-
Sanders himself the
You
first
were
time, and it was
Okay,
awesome.
Because I didn't consent.
Oh,
Fun fact: you don't have to, mother.
public domain.
It's
Yeah, your ass is public
legally
domain.
recording. Only one side has to consent to.
And me and Liquid Pleasure were there, consenting to each other as we ate mac and cheese and chicken strips separate because our KFC doesn't have the mac and cheese chicken strip bowl like every other KFC does, which was the reason this game came out, promoting the mac and cheese chicken bowl, and our location didn't have it, and they wouldn't even make it for us.
We don't even have a buffet at ours. I mean,
My town doesn't even have a KFC anymore.
Our KFC's going downhill in this part of the country.
Really?
Greenland.
Yeah. Wait, is there even a KFC in Greenland?
Probably not. I don't think
Yes,
I don't
and they don't do the chicken strip.
I don't even know if there's a town in Greenland.
There's several people live in Greenland.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a barren wasteland like everyone thinks. It's not great, but it's not worse than
I'll
Alaska.
hold the map while we talk about this other topic.
Okay, hold on. There's actually a KFC in Australia. At least one, because there's commercials for KFC in Australia. And these commercials were extremely stereotypically racist
On
to
accident.
Americans. That's just it. It was an accident. Because in Australia, there's no stereotype about African Americans or, like, Africans and African Australians, like, what have you. There's no stereotype about those people eating fried chicken a lot. That's not a thing in Australia.
Oh, really?
And so in Australia, they had a KFC commercial. It was like a soccer match, a football match, and there was just one white guy in the crowd, and he had a bucket of KFC chicken, and there's all these, black people around him, like, cheering for their team, and they're just, like, really wild because their team's winning. The guy's just, like, all sad, and he's like, and the commercial says something like, oh, is he, like, you ever wonder how to, like, make the most of a bad situation or turn the situation around? You just hold to the bucket of chicken, and it just, like, silences all of these black people. And it's like, no, you can't do that.
There's probably some African team.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Like, like, soccer's huge in every country except America.
And they must have been...
KFC is huge in Africa.
Is it?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest fast food chains in the world.
Really?
Yep.
I never knew that.
Which really feeds into the whole black people like chicken stereotype.
Oh, man.
But let's be honest, of course they like chicken.
Everybody likes chicken.
Everybody likes chicken.
Exactly.
Why is that a thing? I eat an entire bucket by myself.
Asians eat a lot of rice. You know who else eats a lot of rice? Anybody who eats rice. It's this big, you can eat a fucking bucket of it.
This is true. Like, what is the American stereotype? Hamburgers? Hot
All the
dogs?
food.
Pancakes.
Apple pie and baseball and Cracker Jacks.
The American stereotype is supersize me.
Speaking of super
The
size.
golden orchard.
Segue, transition.
Speaking of super size.
Me,
There was this challenge that we went to at this little breakfast restaurant.
The challenge, literally.
the challenge, demand satisfaction.
The
Yeah.
challenge.
It is called the challenge. And the description of it was 3 really large pancakes. It's like, well, I'm a big eater. I can eat some pancakes.
It didn't
Charles
use
is
large.
a man of his word. Like, he's
It's a
done
big,
challenges
really
before.
big.
He's
3
completed
really
challenges.
big pancakes. That was the entire description of the dish.
Yeah.
But the only, like, draw, or the catch is nobody has finished all 3 pancakes in the restaurant.
It's literally no one. Which we didn't think. You know, we don't exactly have a big town here in Greenland, and
Dude, I looked it up. There's only one town in Greenland I can find. It's called Nuuk. N-U-U-K.
that's where we're from. We are from Nuuk, Greenland.
Yeah, that's exactly where we're from. See, I knew that. I had to look it up.
I also looked up KFC Greenland,
Yeah.
and I did find one that's in Greenland.
Really?
Greenland, Maryland.
Oh.
That is not where we're
All right, I'm
from.
zoomed in on Nuuk. I'm going to type in KFC and see what happens.
Does it look like Call of Duty?
Search nearby.
What's the population?
Nuketown. 0.
Whoa!
What do you think?
It found the KFC in our town, which is Nuuk, right? So, I mean, we're
Yep.
0.7 miles away.
Awesome.
How many?
0.7. Right down the street.
Oh, I thought you meant how far away Nuuk was.
Nuuk, Greenland has 17,000 population.
That's bigger than us.
That is-
No,
that
not
is-
quite.
That's
Well,
the
with
same
or
without the college.
population.
With or without, yeah, that's true. That's about the same size, probably.
That's about the size we
Is
are.
That's
there
about the
college?
size of our town.
Is there like a Nuuk University?
University of Nuuk.
University of
I'll
Nuuk.
look it up.
Home
The
of-
Nuuk University Center.
home
Nuuk.
of
And while we're at it, we can go
Nukem.
talking about the pancakes again.
Yeah, honestly, like, how did that go, Charles?
Well, I got halfway done.
Only halfway? How,
Yeah.
how many pancakes was that?
They're 1.5 pancakes.
1.5 out of
How many
3?
normal pancakes would that have been?
Probably like 8.
Maybe.
That's a good.
If not more.
They were thick
I was
pancakes.
gonna say, not only like large shaped pancakes,
They were like
but
skillet-sized pancakes.
But they were like thick and like doughy and like the kind that you can only eat half of one before you, I don't know, need a drink of water, die.
Down a gallon of milk.
It looked like
Oh, where's
like
the Sprite and
Banana.
certain banana.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Jake here doesn't think that eating a whole banana and then drinking a can of Sprite will make you throw up.
will make me throw
Will
up.
make him throw up. We're gonna try that next episode.
No, we're not. We're doing it before that.
Are you
There
sure?
is a
Oh, good
college
weekend.
in Nuuk, Greenland.
Oh my God. It's a college.
There's a college.
Community College of Nuuk.
It's University of Greenland.
University of
The
Greenland.
University of Greenland.
The only university in
It is
Greenland.
The University
The
of
actual name looks very difficult to pronounce.
Oh my.
I'll try it. Ilizamat Sarefk.
I apologize to our Greenlandish.
Ilizamat Sarefik.
Sorific.
Sorry, like sorry. They're basically Canadians.
Ilizamat refer to
Sorry?
Sarafik.
Sorry.
It looks. I don't want to pronounce it again.
Is that where serif fonts came from? Sorry, I'm an English major. I'll shut up.
I was like, I was trying to rack my brain for
That was the
name.
biggest moment of silence we had in this entire podcast.
Well,
That's
fun
really
fact about
English.
Nuuk, Greenland. It is the furthest most capital.
Like further
The
north.
furthest north capital. That's what I meant.
I did know that. I actually did know Greenland had the furthest north capital.
I didn't know Greenland had a cap. I mean, I didn't. I've never been to our capital, so I didn't know.
But it's just down the street.
And it's also the only town in Greenland.
Yeah.
Wow.
Could you imagine if it wasn't the capital?
No, I mean over half of Greenland is just a nature preserve. It's mostly on the north half, but
But what kind of oil preserves do you think are there?
Don't give anybody
oil.
ideas.
Oil.
Starts playing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh my word. Okay. Okay, before we get into a lot of politics, this was
Or
something-
arrested?
Pancakes.
You're gonna get Epsteined.
Okay, we're gonna slow this down a bit. We've been just rattling off information
God.
here.
There's no student tuition fees for guest students to the University of Greenland.
We're transferring.
Is there a law school at the University of Nuuk?
I'll look it up.
I feel like laws is pretty common.
I would walk into any courtroom in the world and be like, yeah, calm down, the bomb is here.
Oh, nice.
And they get shackled, probably arrested.
Hey.
But it'd be worth it.
And it's
You'll be
time for me to take your tax settlement. I don't know if you're doing tax law anymore.
That is kind of my current tax law. Probably some succession planning.
Nice.
I don't know. My one professor's like, you shouldn't do any trust. You're too smart to do taxes. I'm like, what does that mean?
Does that mean the people that do my taxes are idiots, like the IRS?
He was just saying I read fast. And trust is like it's the largest word count
Oh,
of
okay.
any of them all. So
Yeah.
I used to have the best Guam in my class. You know what that was?
Goal words per minute.
Thank you,
Generator.
Josh.
Yeah.
Generated.
I wasn't good at it because they didn't let me use backspace.
Well,
Don't make a mistake.
I'm a super good keyboarder. I'm trying to brag.
I guess the majors that they
Typer.
have really they have instituted right now is teaching, nursing, health sciences, social science, journalism, social work, business and economics, language, literature and media, cultural and social history, theology, and translation and interpretation.
Dude, you
Sorry,
can go there.
Journalism. Alright, I'm here reporting from Nuuk. It's
Today we're interviewing a
freaking
harbor seal. Let's see what it has to
cold.
say about Hurricane Katrina. The news gets around slow in Nuuk, Greenland.
Oh my word.
Today we're looking at the snowflake. It liked the last one we interviewed, but this one's slightly different.
World War II. When will it end?
We heard tomorrow. We have rumors that tomorrow President FDR is planning to drop a nuke
Ooh.
in Nuuk.
Well,
Good save.
Nuuk does not get any higher than the temperature of 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
How
That's
cold
nice.
do they get? We get.
I'll look it up.
Okay, so Greenland, we talked about the whole like seed preserve place. That reminds me of on our college campus in College Town. There is a new building with it's like a pathology building basically. It's a bunch of it's a veterinary building, but they have all these like disease specimens in there, and it's like locked down all the time. Except of it's a few weeks before finals. There is this drunk dude just stumbling about. My roommate's a cop, so he's technically not supposed to tell me about this, but word travels.
Word travels in college town.
In College Town. But no, so there's this guy just trying to open, he's shaking the door, trying to get into this, basically disease center. And they the cops roll up, they're like, yo, you gotta stop, man. And so he wandered away, they left, and they come back in the morning though, and there's a busted window in this building. And it's like, this is the start. This is how bubonic plague re-enters the face of America.
Worse, this is how the zombie plague enters America.
This is how E. coli, smallpox, and polio come back to Greenland for the first time.
Speaking of Greenland, rarely gets below -1 degrees Fahrenheit and rarely gets above 55 degrees
Below
Fahrenheit.
what?
I could live with that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
It's
amazing.
like -10 here right now.
Like, we've hit -50 within the last 5 years.
They're right on the coast, or we're right on the coast. I mean, so it's like it's regulated. It's moderating.
Dear goodness, we're moving
so
to the south part of town.
mad cow disease breaks out in the college town campus.
Yeah, literally. Like, I haven't heard any farther, but like, it could very easily have been some dude just grabbing some sick, diseased carcass and just like
What do you
throwing
think they
it.
hold in there? I don't think there's a
I
carcass.
mean, they literally vent like they have to purify the air that comes out of the smokestacks of that building. We talked about this in I'm a landscape architect, so I don't know, we were talking about pollution and stuff and like green infrastructure. We were talking about that. So it's like, yeah, they release a lot of chemicals and stuff from some of these campus buildings. You wouldn't think like some of these medical facilities, but you have to clean that air a lot. There are high standards for just so you're not releasing like these diseases back into the atmosphere and getting. I mean, we have so many cows and things right around our campus that could easily just destroy an entire population.
This cow's gonna end my entire career.
Not my career, the cow's career.
So,
But I mean, in translation, yeah.
That's crazy.
in Greenland, apparently the main language is Greenlandic,
Greenland. I knew that.
but the colonial language of, Danish.
Danish. So it is Denmark. That's awesome. Wow.
That's awesome. Colonialism is great.
But I've never heard of Greenlandic.
I heard
language.
America's enjoying it. The Columbus fella and all.
Oof. What a guy.
Oh, do you guys just notice every year more and more bad stuff comes out about our founding fathers?
Mm-hmm.
That's again. Didn't I start off this podcast talking about how it sucks to be famous? Everyone just unearths information about you, and like, because there's some dude named Paul Carlton
God damn it.
from the 1790s,
Better.
Yeah, I heard he
and
slept with George Washington's wife.
see, that's just it. If this guy was famous, that's gonna get like revealed, and this guy's reputation goes downhill. Just like that.
I appreciate him the timelines right there.
I had to think
Paul
about
Carlton, U.S. Air Force.
it. Oh no,
For what years?
What rank? What rank?
Oh, jeez.
Colonel.
Because if he's anything higher than like a lieutenant, we're screwed.
We're stopping this episode.
It just says, he's a general.
Oh no! Prepare for an air raid on college town.
No, guys, going to Greenland. Hey, we're in Greenland right now. Don't come to Greenland. Don't bomb us. Don't nuke.
Don't attack Greenland.
Don't
You'll
nuke
start an
Nuketown.
international incident, and we have an army.
I guess the only
They're all snowmen, but we have an army.
the only side that doesn't really make much sense with that would be that he was born in 1947.
He's probably still alive.
He
Sure
is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hope you're having a nice life. Paul
He
Carlton.
lives in New Hampshire.
Carlton.
Or
Yeah.
he did. He was
How
born
did
in
you
New
pick a
Hampshire.
general? There's not a lot of them.
That's because I'm reincarnated from a slime.
But
What?
Moving on.
thought anime was off the topic list.
Hey, we said cat girls. We didn't say anything about anime, okay?
Okay.
Wait, you can have anime without cat girls?
Not good ones, but
Name one good anime without a cat girl.
Ooh.
You know what you got?
That's-
No.
does Pokemon count?
Oh, I'm done.
And Bonnie had a lot of like
You're lying,
cool
April.
costumes.
I like that one.
Okay, you're lying, April. I actually haven't seen that one yet. I really need to.
It's good. It'll make you
Really?
cry.
I don't cry. At least not about
I
those.
think you'll cry.
I cry
Didn't
only
make me
by
cry,
myself.
but it
You
was.
cried at The
it was
Lion
weird.
King.
I will always cry at The Lion King, you monster!
But will you cry at Kimba?
I still haven't seen Kimbo
It's
yet.
in there. It's in that closet right there.
We have got to watch. So Kimbo, for those uneducated swine,
Hey.
Those are like half our subscribers.
all one of them? Not you, Zesty. You're a smart man. So, well, I just targeted the other guy. Or girl. But no, so Kimba, it was a, what was it, 19 80s, 70s.
Maybe, yeah, I think 70s.
Animation project or film or show that basically was about this little white lion that ran around and did stuff. But there's super heavy tie-ins between Kimba and the Lion King. Besides the name sounding familiar, like Simba does mean lion in Swahili, like that's a true thing. I always thought that was just like a made up rumor, and then my coworker is from like Africa, the Swahili is his native language, and they love the Lion King over there, love it to death.
That's
because
great.
The Circle of Life is all Swahili, so he's like listening to it, and it's like this cultural thing for him, and he loves it. It's amazing. But anyways. The Pride Rock actually looks like it's directly taken from Kimba. There's super heavy tie-ins. And I think it's pretty well proven that it's alluded to. Now, Lion King is basically just Hamlet retold, so it's not like they stole that much.
They stole the characters and some of the artwork without stealing the plot, basically.
Yeah, and they didn't really steal so much as they used as reference points. Essentially, The Lion King is a super massive fan art program.
Oh, I thought you were going to whisper something. I was waiting for the...
No, I was
just getting real close to the mic to check the little time.
I was
see if we're
checking
going
the
too
time.
long for your editing capabilities.
We've been going for 45 minutes, which is good.
Oh,
we
yeah.
usually aim for an hour is a good cutoff point. So if we're gonna just sing for 15 minutes, we can.
Okay, they're gonna hate us. Our neighbors are gonna absolutely hate us.
What name? Just Christmas break,
There's no one
baby.
here.
There's a car out there.
Oh,
A car.
you think they're single?
I don't know.
Do you think they're a girl?
Knock on every door in here.
You know, I'm not sure which of those I care more about.
Oofda.
Well,
Hey,
if it's part
that's the second time I've said oofda. That's the third time I've said.
Don't start this chain.
3 times.
Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Beetlejuice.
Pardon?
Beetlejuice.
Uh-oh.
Does that count?
Yeah, but he's come out all weird.
He's coming out backwards.
He's not normal.
Belter geese. I used to never be able to pronounce that. I don't know when I think it was like this. Well, I think the first time I actually ever heard about it was with the star that's named Beetlejuice. But yeah, like
That counts! We're dying tonight! Woo!
Thank God.
the way
That's
it's spelled is nothing
Bloody
like how you-
Mary.
Stop it!
What are you gonna make yourself a drink?
Please, we can do it.
Anyway,
No, we can't write a
continue.
vodka.
What was I saying? I think
The star?
Oh, I was done with my thought. I was just saying the way the star was written out was nothing like the way it's said. So the first time I heard it said was like on a... Oh, what was that show? It was a PBS show that used to come on...
After the Red
Skywatchers
Green Show?
or something?
After the Red Green
After
Show?
the Red Green
After
Show.
After the
I think it
Red
was.
show?
I
Yeah.
think it is Sky Show. Sky.
Skywatchers. or something. I don't know. I
Do
think
you-
that's what it was called. But yeah, that was the first time I heard it pronounced, and I was like, whoa, that is not what I thought that sounded like. Anyway, okay, end of thought.
Speaking of like old shows, do you guys ever by chance remember a show about these kids running away from this little like bubblegum thing, monster looking thing?
Is this Blubber?
No, it wasn't a movie, it was a show.
Flubber with Robin Williams. No.
Flubber was an amazing movie. Flubber 2, not as good, still good. Flubber was amazing.
Are you talking about Breaking Bad?
No, it's an old show.
Okay.
Old show. And I think it was kind of like a kids show, like it was on Nick or something. But it was like literally this thing. It was like yay big.
Blob.
It wasn't really a blob. Like it almost. In my memory, which is like, I was probably like 5. The thing kind of looked like R2D2, kind of like that shape.
Oh, jeez.
There was a person here trying to get away from their family and the noise.
And here we are, screaming our brains out.
Hey, I'm drunk. I can't help it.
But it was
sips of
like
Jaeger.
2 foot tall, and it had like a bubblegum looking head type of thing, and it
It sounds like
legs.
Toad.
No,
Is this the Super Mario Super Show?
No! It's been driving me nuts for like 5 years because I cannot think of what it is.
You think it was on Nick? I could.
It
we did
could
this
have.
at PBS on the
I
way
don't
home.
know. It might have been PBS. It might have
Actually-
been Nick. I don't know.
Okay, since you don't remember it.
But I have horror. I had nightmares from this show. But nothing scary happened. Like they ran away from this little thing, but it never hurt them. I think you could kill them. I don't know.
My oldest brother was afraid of Bambi and Pinocchio. So, I mean, you're fine, dude. No judgment here. But no,
I'd be a little afraid of Bambi too. I mean, think about it. Mother died. You lived. Now you have to survive the world by yourself? That's a horrifying thought.
It's not yourself personally. You're watching Bambi do it. It's, I don't know.
I mean, it's like any horror movie. It's not yourself in that person's position.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, I'm not getting chased by Eggman. Like, you're right.
We're saying horror movies.
Yeah, have you seen the CGI? No, they fixed it. They fixed it.
Well, first off, Eggman was always great. Second of all, that's not a nightmare. That's a dream come true.
Oh, man.
TV shows broadcast by Nick. Ah, Real Monsters.
I don't think...
Hey Arnold.
No.
Rocco's Modern Life, which they just rebooted and it looked, I don't know.
Oh, Rocco Modern Life. I didn't realize how bad that show was.
Very bad.
I didn't realize how political it got.
The Angry
It was
Beavers.
What's that?
The Angry Beavers.
It wasn't animated. It was not animated.
Not animated.
Oh, really?
Oh, this might
It was
not
not animated.
Oh. Was it on Nick at Night?
I don't know. I don't even know if it was on Nick.
Adult Swim?
No, it was not Adult Swim.
Pornhub.
It was definitely on Cornhub.
Cornhub?
Did you guys hear about that?
I did.
Cornhub?
Yeah, 2016, April's Fool Day. So Pornhub has the best April Fool's pranks every year.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like literally, 2016, their prank was all their videos got replaced with videos of corn.
Yeah.
All of them. And it was like there were super sexual names like slowly getting undressed and had a guy just slowly husky a piece of corn, playing with the 6 inches. It was just a 6-inch piece of corn cob. Oh, it was super sexual.
Sounds like a great nod to
It was amazing.
That's incredible.
They changed. I think the 2017 they did. If you click on a video, a little notification would pop up that said "Thanks for sharing with friends and family," or something like that. Oh no! I can't remember 2018 or this year's, but
Dude, speaking of bad agricultural names of events or just things, one of my classmates in high school, they're studying agriculture of some sort. Went to a convention in the big town down south, and they posted this on their Snapchat story. But at this convention, like the slogan, the motto of this is #Farmher.
Oh.
Like, I understand.
Oh.
because it's women's empowerment, women in
Yes.
ag. Women in ag is a super pop big trend right
Like,
now.
that's fine, but who's in charge of editing and revising these
Our
names?
particular state where we live is great with their campaigns.
You don't have to be lonely on Farmher only.
Oh my! It was incredible. I couldn't restrain myself. That's one of the. I don't often laugh out loud when I'm by myself, but that made me chuckle. Oh my goodness!
That's funny.
What was
great.
the one we were talking about tonight? The meth one?
So if you guys haven't heard of the big old news, South Dakota may have at one point released a meth campaign to try and raise awareness, but their slogan was literally a picture of South Dakota and black letters saying meth. We're on it.
We're on it.
That's right. Oh my goodness.
And
Yeah, we are probably.
And at first we're like, well, clearly they're saying meth. We're on the problem. We're going to tackle the job. We're going to start working. No. Christy Nome, the governor of South Dakota, history fact for you. History is in she will not be reelected.
No, I started to like. I'm your hype guy. Like, got it.
I thought they were like, oh, we're getting political.
No. I got a sick burn, dude. Yeah. Hey, watch out.
But she literally tweeted, said, in her like interview, they're like, yep, we wanted to raise awareness. We have a huge meth epidemic, and literally we're all on it. So we want to get the word out and literally accuse the entirety of the state on being on meth.
Accurate.
We do have like, isn't it the nation's highest drug bust like city?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that wasn't. It was probably both.
It is probably a
I
lot.
think that's just for high school, but like
Just
high
like
school.
school busts.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And it's per capita too.
I suppose.
So I don't know.
I mean, does that make it any better?
No.
Good riddance.
Little. If we had more drug busts in New York City,
Yeah, that's
like actual numbers, that would be worse. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, because in 2014, South Dakota released the "Don't Jerk and Drive" campaign.
Yes, there it
That
is.
was real. I thought that was like an SNL skit.
I thought
when
that was
first
a
saw
fever
it.
dream.
Oh my word.
When a particular state decides to release actual campaign slogans that people mistake for SNL skits, you're not doing it right.
This went through the House and the Senate.
Oh, that guy got fired.
Hey.
That guy got fired. The meth marijuana campaign, this was their direct intent. Nobody's getting fired.
Hey, don't jerk and drive. It's hard. Like, we South Dakotans are just so
There's
damn
a lot of corn
hot.
out there. You gotta just
All the corn. Actually, there's some.
Control yourself.
South Dakota has some damn fine women. We do. Please
Really,
come
you're just
visit.
complaining about it.
They're all taken.
That's true.
There's just not enough of them.
I'm not even from South Dakota, and I still consider myself a wee, so
College will do that to you.
yeah. I don't know.
I think the 4 years of college is way more like life and vibe than the 18 in high
Dude,
school.
they're really narrowing down your location right now.
There's only like 2 colleges in
There's
South
only
Dakota, right?
4-year colleges in South Dakota. You're getting pretty limited on your selection.
Whoa. I went to tech school 4 years.
Are there any 4-year tech schools? Only if you're stupid.
Hey.
I just took a 9-year program 5 times.
We take a moment to appreciate Lake Area Tech getting Barack Obama to fly into their town. This town of like, what, 10 or 15,000 people?
8, yeah.
Yeah, like, if that, into South Dakota, like, mediocre-sized town, South Dakota. Obama was there with all of his bodyguards and stuff, and he gave a speech for the #1 community college technical school in the nation.
Yeah, so that was 2015? 2016.
It's probably gone downhill since then.
Actually, no, they're still pretty up there.
Yeah, are they?
So 2013, in 2012 or 2013, they started a super big like rating system for tech schools, and they basically released this blue ribbon, whatever, and it's super prestigious. All the tech schools in the country go through it. The blue ribbon was a massive big deal. It's big enough you cannot win it 2 years in a row. Like you're disqualified from winning the second year. 2013 we won it. 2015 won it again.
Nice. I
And
did not
that's
know
why
that.
Obama came up the second time.
Wow.
Yeah. One of the girls he called on to give life stories in the audience. I was actually I knew her as a friend.
Really?
Yeah, good girl.
She
Totally
talked-
blind.
Huh.
Totally blind. Runs a photography company.
Wow.
Not joking. Yeah, she went to Lake Erie Tech for photography. Legally blind. I think, and I'm not messing with you. Her photography studio is the way I see it.
That's clever.
So
That's
Hey,
pretty cool.
congratulations, whoever you are.
I do know her name, but I don't feel like.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
We've shared enough confidential information. on
Also, I haven't talked to her in like 6 years, 7 years. You know what I
See,
mean?
okay, dude, that's a huge thing with me. Like, I still consider a lot of people friends, even if I've only done like a handful of things, like hanging out with them. Like, people I went to Germany with on study abroad, I consider those people friends, even though I really haven't seen them more than like 3 or 4 times in my life.
I consider most of them friends too, except the ones that punched me in the throat.
Who was that again?
That was a girl.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Because he tried to lick gumbo off her face. Like, Jesus Christ, I'd punch you too.
It was good gumbo.
It was Italian gumbo.
You ain't gonna waste that.
No, we're walking back from the bar, and she's just pissed drunk, and she fell in the cobblestone, so I caught her so she didn't crack her skull open. And she got up, and she was just plaster drunk, and couldn't believe I touched her, and clocked me in the jugular. And I was like, what the?
That's when you dropped them and walked
No,
away.
I locked her in a cage.
Ah, even better.
Oh,
Just kidding. That was a
You're
little
into
hostile, but yeah,
rats.
they had the. No, this was just a security system or a hostel. It was.
Their secondary door was literally a gate cage. So I just stuck her on the other side of the cage, closed the thing, and said, "Go upstairs to bed. I gotta get the rest of the people." Come back like 20 minutes later. She's lying against the gate,
Oh my
complaining that everybody left her. I'm like, you poor girl.
I can't believe you were the responsible one on that trip.
I'm always the responsible one. Literally, except for one time.
Running naked through the best western. Oh yeah.
It was not a Best Western. No, it was independent.
Oh, okay.
Oh, buddy.
Ooh.
That's incredible.
Maybe it's not independent. I don't remember anymore.
What were you there for? Is it like a?
It was a formal.
It was a formal.
It was a
Fraternity formal.
Let's not run down Greek life.
I'm not going to shout any letters out.
Greek life gets a bad rap. That stuff doesn't happen very often. But I was drunk enough to I don't even know. It was bad. Like,
Hey,
Yeah, spare us the details.
Okay, that's an embarrassing. Okay, do you
I was blacked out by 9 p.m.
an embarrassing story? Are you comfortable? Like, is that all you want to share? You want to go a little further?
You
I'll
want-
share. I'll share
you
an
want the
embarrassing
full
story.
story?
Next.
Are you
Yeah.
guys share the story?
Oh, you
Yes,
want the full
yes,
story?
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Embarrassing
Yeah.
story.
So it was freshman year of college. It was first semester, so freshly out of high school, still young, impressionable, dumb mind, and we're just there, and we start drinking. Girl comes in, has cooler Jello shots. We're doing Jello shots, Fireball, Jack Daniels, beer, Jameson, rum, Morgan, 5 or 6 other types. And we were taking shots because we just got initiated. It was bad. We were all having a great time. By 8 p.m.
It was bad. We were having a great time. I'm not used to having fun. This was a new experience for me.
We got there at 6. By 8 o'clock, everybody was tipsy. If not, like, some people were gone. By 8:30, dinner starts at 9. By 8 o'clock, everyone's kind of going, somebody had their hoverboard in the hallway.
Nice.
You ever tried riding a hoverboard sober? I don't know if I can. I know I can't do it drunk. Following off that, the worst part is I took my camera at about 8 o'clock. I put it in my phone, in my breast pocket, because we're all wearing suits. Dressed to the nines, remember? And I turned the recorder on. So I have a 45-minute video, only 20 of which I remember.
Nice.
And
We'll insert that video here now.
Yeah, right. But we got down to the dance. Apparently, we went down to dinner. I remember dinner a little bit. It was a decent dinner. And there's a dance floor going. I do not remember the dance floor, but apparently I was dancing with everybody. 2 people came out thinking I was gay. And I flipped several people on the dance floor, like jitterbugging, flipped them flawlessly. People I do not think I could flip, like sober. It was bad. And I woke up the next morning completely naked. And I cannot find my shirt. Found my pants back, found everything back, cannot find my shirt. I found the pin that was in my shirt. No shirt. Still don't know what happened to it. Come outside, I'm like, what the hell happened? 3 people are like, you owe apologies. I had gone streaking at, I think, 11 o'clock. I don't know. And one guy finally just grabbed me, threw me in my room, and closed the door, and was like, left. And I came out, because never leave a drunk guy in the room. They will not stay there. But yeah, by that morning, I think we went through a handle and a half of different whiskeys and stuff.
Weird.
Oh, it was...
I can't say, like, I've never had the desire to go streaking or anything. Like, is that, like, if you were sober, would you, just for a prank, would you just go streaking?
I don't think I would.
Like, that's just
But
like,
only because, like,
I get it.
the long-term ramifications would get to me. I wouldn't mind doing it.
yeah.
It's the issue that, maybe someday I do want to run for office or something. Like I'm in that political track. That's my issue. If anybody finds these podcasts, I'm shafted.
No, like, it's just like, my mindset is just not there. Like, even, like, I used to sleepwalk all the time as a kid. And, like, the worst I did was, like, put my shorts in the toilet, put my pillows in my, like, dresser, and, like, blankets were, I don't know, in other people's rooms. But, like, I never, like, strip down and streak when I sleepwalk. And I can't imagine I would do that when I'm drunk either.
Apparently, I was told this. I was sleepwalking when I was really young.
Yes.
Just a normal thing. It was like, apparently I had to use the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I sleptwalk. It was like, I could just use the bathroom sleepwalking. When I was really young, I went out into the kitchen, right under the table, butt naked, apparently pissed on the floor.
Yes! My man.
The best place.
I should clarify. I didn't strip naked. What had happened is I threw up, and the only solution in my drunk brain was to clean it up with my pants. Because the shirt was already gone. That is what happened. It wasn't like, I'm going to get naked. It was like, I better clean this up because I'm responsible.
The pants were rentals anyway, so I mean, it
They
wasn't
were my
a big
favorite pair of slacks.
Oh.
They were the most expensive slacks I'd ever bought in my life.
Oh no.
I did use them after that. I got dry cleaned professionally. I think I got a really big tip.
Hey, speaking of expensive or fancy favorite clothing, that leads me to my embarrassing story. By the way, you two, think of embarrassing
I got
stories that
mine.
you want to share on the air. You got some time.
Charles was like, I just did.
So, this is me, like, 3 years ago, going to work on the farm. I'm driving the old Chevy S10. It's a good time. I was mostly in hick mode. Like,
Please remember that Justin here is currently wearing a man bun.
this is true. I'm not going to explain. I'm not going to bother explaining. Anyway, driving out to the farm. I think it was on the way home, actually. So I get, like, on this county road. It's paved, barely. But I get to, like, the intersection with the big highway in my town. And I just look. And, like, on the highway, I can see, like, a little, like, some sort of object, like a bundle or something. And I'm like, I wonder what the heck that is. I'm like, there's nobody out here. It's 4 PM. There's nobody in this small town. I park the truck, I get out, start jogging across the highway, go over, I reach down and pick up a pair of boxers. Nice plaid boxers. And while they weren't in like a sealed, like, Ziploc package or anything, they were still rolled up and had that, clear tape on them, like, new clothes come if they're rolled up with the clear tape that just, like, it's sealed in a way. So I'm like, yeah, these are brand new, like, it's fine. It's the nicest pair of boxers I've seen in my life. Like, I'm still at the point where I'm wearing whitey tighties, let's be honest. And so I find these nice ass plaid boxers.
Pun intended.
And I'm just like And so I pick them up, I take them home, throw them through the washer once, and to this day, they're still my nicest pair of underwear that I own. I wear them all the time. It's just great, and they're boxes.
Nobody else gets to see them.
I found them.
Wait, are you wearing them now?
I'm not.
Oh.
I found these in the middle of the road, and I'm not embarrassed to. Like, I'm not weirded out, grossed out enough to wear them. Like, I wore them. I still wear them today.
Nice.
They're exquisite.
If that doesn't tell you how white trash we are here. All right, when streaking, weird ass underwear. What do you got over there, Josh?
All right. Well, I shared this with Justin last night too. I think this is where I shared first, and then
You did.
Justin decided to give me that boxer story as compensation. But now the whole world gets to have some compensation. So, 5th grade. I don't know a good segue to this. I ate chapstick. An entire thing of chapstick because it was great flavored, and it tasted good on my lips, and it tasted good when you licked it. I didn't bite into it or anything, like eat it all at once. It was more like a process over a day or something where I was like kept licking it because it tasted good, and then I found out the entire thing's gone, and I have a really bad stomach ache, and I wonder why. And I never did it again.
Lollipop.
I was thinking that country song, something sure felt good on my lips or something.
My mind went to Katy Perry's "Kissed a Girl."
I really wonder how many kids have eaten an entire thing. Like, I can't be the only one. It tastes
Honestly,
good because they make it taste
it's
good.
definitely less than. It's not more than 25%. I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
because we were talking about eating glue. That's how we got into
We're talking about Elmer Chon. Elmer Glue Chon in Rule 34. And actually, we did not find a great picture of Elmer Chon.
There's no Elmer Chon.
There's no Elmer Chon yet. As of December 29th, 2019.
To be fair, I didn't go on
Elmer Chon.
rule34.com, so I don't know for sure. I think there's an actual website.
Didn't go to the dark web like Tumblr and.
To be fair, a Chon does not have to be from Rule 34. It doesn't have to be anything. It can just be a Jajinka or whatever they call it. Where
A
it's
what? What did you just call me?
Inanimate object turned into an anthropomorphic depiction of
Okay.
It's a Japanese thing.
We did find one. Like, was it just a glue Chon?
Yeah, I think so.
It was okay. It was like really like child sketchy.
Yeah, I just found that one.
Yeah, glue Chon.
Glue Chon.
She looked great. I licked Gumbo off her face.
Oh no.
Justin, she's dead.
The first Elmer I can find is actually a user who creates Rule 34.
Oh my word.
Elmer's mom.
Elmer's mother.
Well,
Nice lady.
There's some very odd parents Rule 34 going on over here.
if we are talking about embarrassing moments,
Yes.
Is this
the
Charlie
one
story?
the one that I have is the one I'm not very good at telling,
Ooh.
and you know what it. Everybody knows what it
It's a Charlie story. We need to
It
have
is.
liquid pleasure on here sometime.
Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna
Tell it.
save the Charlie
Yeah.
Oh my
story.
gosh,
We'll
there's an
delay,
article!
we will delay that.
Rule 34. Rule 34 of the United States. If it exists, there is porn of it. No, I could find no pornography of the Elmer's Glue mascot.
Someone.
Wow!
Wow!
Screenshot that. We can
Oh my
throw it up
word.
for proof.
We can put a link to the website.
That's amazing.
What's the date on that?
2016.
2016.
So, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't still come up.
You're not an oddity.
Wow!
Oh my God! Who that censoring? they have a picture of a guy putting glue in his hand, and it's just like the pixelated, like
The mosaic kind of censoring about what do they? I don't know what they call it.
Pixelation.
Dude. That's who else in their sick mind has the thought of chawning Elmer's glue?
Chon does not have to be porn. I'm just saying.
If it's
That's
if it's a
true.
lolly of an inanimate object, what other reason is it out to exist than to be prawn?
I don't know.
this
Some
may come as a. And although the rule is nearly universal, there remains some surprising omissions. This may come as news to you if you're familiar with humanity's shocking ability to draw breasts on anything and masturbate to it.
Oh my word.
Please continue.
What happened to this podcast?
Continue what?
Canadian
Where are
Prime
we?
Minister Justin Trudeau was not Rule 34 at the writing of this article.
Canadian Prime. Hey, Charles
Is
might
he
know
still
about
the
that.
Prime Minister of Canada? I don't remember.
Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire was not Rule 34. It doesn't matter if this. John Kasich!
Hey, I bet Paul Carlton. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
I bet he's
General
not Rule
Carlton?
34 yet. General
I hope
Carlton.
not. He's a respectable man and had a great career.
Please don't. Nobody listening, please don't. He's like, don't disrespect the troops like that, okay? If you're gonna Rule 34 anyone, just
Do it to Ted Cruz.
just. Oh my God! That looks incredible.
It's Ted Cruz, naked Ted Cruz photoshopped onto a Miley Cyrus wrecking ball.
Oh my
Oh
word!
my goodness. The Zodiac Killer is got killer looks too, I guess. I don't know.
This is where we end the episode because we all need to take a break, and we have 4 bathrooms in this apartment complex, and we're gonna use them all. So
We need to. Thunderbolt was not Rule 34. Like the iPhone plug.
Oh,
my gosh.
jeez.
It's just
What did you find?
It's just bust a nut.
busted a nut. When Rule 63 turns into Rule 34, anything is possible. And it's photoshopped Ted Cruz face onto a woman above a photoshopped Ted Cruz face on a man.
What is that?
I don't know.
This is the pinnacle of human achievement, and this is where we end this podcast.
I think we've done it about all. So everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for
Mr.
tuning in.
Pickle wasn't Rule 34. How?
Jake,
Jake, we done.
you can search for your inanimate porn after the episode.
We're gonna read this article for the rest of the night, guys.
Oh my word!
I think we're calling the podcast. We're gonna keep reading. You have to put this link in the
I might put in the description if I remember. If am I allowed to? Is that legal?
There's
It's
nothing
allowed,
dirty on the
yeah.
website itself.
Oh my word. Okay, I'll do it. I've been peer pressured again. So next time, look forward to more rambling, bumbling, bambling
Idiots. Non-scripted, organic, great podcast content here on Cheeky Channels.
Leedle, Josh.
Stealing his thunder.
You summed it up. No, you summed it up perfectly. That was
Thank you.
great. One of these days we'll have to get Liquid Pleasure onto the show to talk about the Charlie story
Yep.
because that is incredible.
He
And
is-
he is the only one
He
who's
is a
allowed.
storytelling deity.
He's the only person who's allowed to tell that story. But that's his big secret. So
It's only oral tradition, so it's finally gonna get documented.
oh my word, this is how the greats were recorded. You know
We're
how
writing down family history right here.
This is Gilgamesh. This is the new Gilgamesh of 2020.
Yeah.
We'll move their cotton.
I have lived for 4 decades. Can we imagine that for a second?
In 4 decades.
In 4 decades.
Not 4 decades.
I'm not 40 yet. I'm still pushing high 30s, okay? And I'm still wearing boxers that I found on the middle of the highway when I was 17.
Didn't the start of this episode we congratulate you on your 22nd birthday?
Something like that.
I'm 22 with 10 years experience.
So,
Oh boy.
Wrap it up.
okay, thanks for watching. Tune in
Whatever.
whenever we post another episode. In the meantime, feel free to Rule 34 Jake. Bye.
Bye. Good
Bye.
night. Keep that in your thoughts.
Wink.
My head feels funny.
I'm going back to listening up what's on this article.
Oh God.